So I grew up in an environment which exposed me to a lot of advertising. So my mom used to work in an ad agency before. I spent a lot of my after school hours at her workplace, just being around where they were sort of jamming, doing brainstorming sessions, coming up with solutions to problems that businesses need solving for, and I thought that was really interesting. And that is what essentially marketing is, where you are able to solve problems for people that they probably don't even know that is a problem for them. So you are able to impact people's quality of lives by getting them to choose things that you campaign for, right? So I thought that was really interesting, and I think I like doing that. It gives me a sense of making the world a better place in my own way, I suppose. So I wouldn't say in the marketing game specifically, but I think being a female in Bangladesh, trying to sort of work hard and get a recognition and appreciation for the talents that a person has is obviously quite difficult. So I started off my career in sales, actually, in core sales. Back in my early days, I got a lot of sort of flack for being the only female on a sales team. I got comments like, "Oh, what are you going to do with all this money that you're earning? You know, your dad will be paying for everything, so what will you do with it?" There are weird comments like that, right? But I think it's really important to stay focused and stay true to your ambitions and not let these types of sentiments get in the way. It's not really, I think I never let that faze me, so yeah. For me, I think marketing campaigns are always super customer-centric. So we've always tried to make sure that our campaigns are rooted in customer centricity, which means we need to be mining insights, analyzing our customer habits, looking at all the data points we have in our backend to ensure that we are crafting the right message for our audience, right? And I think that's really worked out for us because we've always based our campaigns on data, on customer-centric insights, and that's always helped, and it always connects well with the audience when you know who your audience is and your message also fits right in with their thinking.
Speaking of campaigns, tell us about Papa.
So Papa is foodpanda's brand ambassador. He has an amazing, lovable personality. And through Papa, we intend on showcasing how we feel about all of our products and services. And we want our sort of target customers, our audiences, to also feel the same love that Papa feels towards the things that we do. So it's definitely not getting saturated. That's the first thing. I would say that Bangladesh is a huge potential market for all businesses, especially food delivery, because it's so nascent still, right? I think the industry's just taken off and we've barely scratched the surface in terms of what the level of convenience we can bring to our customers. So there's definitely a lot of room to still grow, to still expand, to still provide services that this market needs. So this option was a long time coming. I think this is something that we've been always been requested to do as well. I think customers always want to reward riders for their good behavior. We see that a lot, but there's always a struggle with having change. And I think this additional option allows customers to tip riders because of the service they provide. And for the riders, it's an additional earning opportunity for them, which goes straight to their pocket. So I would love to talk to you about Panda Pro. It's our subscription service. So it's a membership service for foodpanda customers. If you subscribe for a year, you get a lot of benefits that are not even available to regular customers. So of course there's free delivery, there's a lot of additional vouchers, But the most special thing about Panda Pro right now is that you get the option of dining in at restaurants. So if you're dining in at your favorite restaurants, you can get up to 25% off the bill. Like I said before, there is still so much space and competition is always welcome. It's really hard to develop a market and change habits for a larger audience space if you're the only player there. So we always welcome a healthy competition to come and develop this tech-based services adoption that the country needs.
There were some issues raised by the restaurant owners community. What is your say about it?
So when you're a scaled business, there's always going to be the pros and the cons. And whenever there are issues that are raised formally, we always are willing to have a discussion on any of these topics and resolve it. Work hard, work smart, and always, I think, for marketeers especially, people assume that, okay, most of the work that marketing does is creative. They'll just come up with an idea and do it. But I think the best ideas are rooted on customer insights. So it's really important to align any campaign that you do, back it up by data, and then go through with it. So people will say creativity, but I would say it's ultimately data centricity and customer centricity. If you're doing campaigns through a customer lens, planning campaigns or strategizing through a customer lens, keeping the customer at heart, that always ends up making campaigns that scale and have greater impact. So this is a funny one. I know a lot of people who will assume that marketing is based on gut feelings, but it's never that. It can't just be gut feelings. Gut feelings, again, needs to come from data centricity, customer insighting, researching, concept testing, and all of that. When a brand becomes, when say a brand manager becomes bigger than the brand, that becomes an issue. If you're not keeping true to what the brand is, keeping close to what the brand sort of embodies, I think that's sometimes a challenge. One word, workboard. My team, we maintain a sort of SOP where we create a workboard which has every single detail and every single step of our campaigning down to the T. And I think it's imperative that we maintain that so there are no slip-ups. Obviously, occasionally, sometimes a slip-up will happen, but again, that workboard allows you to have foresight into what challenges you might face, basically, and take corrective measures immediately as well, because that will also give you options to see what are your next steps would be if you face a challenge.
So this is one of the last few questions. How do you spend your free time?
I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries.